Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
All of our guests today, including Ross Tucker, standing by, sponsored by Basant Motors. It is no tax November at Basant Motors. Purchase a vehicle from Basant and they will pay the GST for you. For more information, go to Basant, B-A-S-A-N-T Motors.com. As we bring in Ross Tucker from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast in Westwood One. Ross, thanks for doing this, sir. As always on a Monday, how are you?
I am awesome. I got a triple header this week. I'll be calling 3 games, which I'm excited about. But you got to tell me about this deal with Basant and the GST. I don't even know what the GST is, but I love that Basant's paying for it for me.
Yeah, I've tried to block GST from my memory, so I really can't tell you much about it. It's another Canadian tax, Ross. Put it that way. Okay?
Oh, got it. Okay.
You guys don't have to worry about that down there. Hey, Chiefs, Packers, 13-7, Chiefs over the Packers. Jordan Love in for Aaron Rodgers. What did Jordan Love show you, if anything?
Well, I think he showed that it was a tough spot to go into your first game. It's funny because everybody was saying how, it's so great for Jordan Love. He gets to go against the bad Chiefs defense. Yeah, but you're still going on the road against a defensive coordinator in Steve Spagnuolo that likes to heat you up with what they call a zero blitz. It's an all-out blitz, right? So everybody's man-to-man, and they're going to bring one more guy than you have to block, and you got to get rid of the ball quickly, and you got to deliver it on time and accurately. He wasn't able to do it. I am really surprised that the Packers did not have a better plan for the heavy dose of zero blitz they would get from Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs, and I don't really know why they didn't run the ball more either.
Yeah, with a rookie quarterback. Hey, Ross, I don't know if you want to get into this, but has your opinion of Aaron Rodgers changed over the last several days?
Without any question, yeah. On so many different levels. You know, it's funny. Is the vaccination thing as polarizing up there as it is down here?
I would say yes.
Yes.
That's so interesting. Look, I am not the smartest guy, okay? I just know that a lot of my friends are doctors, and they all got the vaccination right away, and they all had their kids get it right away. That's good enough for me. When I was in the NFL, they would stick a Toradol shot in my butt. I never asked a question about it. I just knew it helped me play through the game. You know what I mean? But I don't really understand it. I'm trying to. I've yet to really hear a good explanation from people, and it's touched my friends and family. So I'll just say this. I highly encourage everybody to get the vaccine. I think the 2 parts that are really disappointing from the Aaron Rodgers perspective is that initially he was obviously misleading. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and call him a liar, but he was at best misleading. It's really disappointing, number one. And then even, when he went on Pat McAfee's show and talked about the concerns with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it's not good. I mean, there are tens of millions of people that have gotten the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and are better protected as a result. But when you have someone like Aaron Rodgers putting the information out, here's what I'll say. Let me bring it back to a football thing, because that's where I'm much more comfortable. Not trying to get anybody upset. Everybody do what you want to do with your life. I don't really care what you do. I'll do it. But here's the thing, okay? I keep always hearing it's a personal decision. It's really not a personal decision when you're on a team, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we don't know whether or not he would have tested positive if he had been vaccinated. So they just lost a game. That might be the difference between home field advantage or not, because he couldn't play in it, because they clearly would have won if he could have. And I don't know if it's because he was vaccinated or not, or because he's not vaccinated or not. And he might not be able to play next week either. And that would directly point to his vaccination status. So at a minimum, it's like, I think it's hard to argue that he's doing everything he can to win a Super Bowl this year and to be a good teammate, because he's really not.
Yeah.
Hey, Ross, Odell Beckham Jr. on waivers today. I don't think anyone takes him because of the cap hit over $7 million. This rumor the Seahawks are interested. If you're the GM there, would you go after him?
So 2 things, Rick. Number 1, all I want for Christmas, other than a story from myfrontpagestory.com, is for the Detroit Lions to claim Odell Beckham Jr. on
Detroit.
waivers.
Okay.
I mean, they need a receiver so bad. They're terrible. I don't think they're going to do it because of the money, but oh my gosh, how great would that be if Odell forces his way out of Cleveland, has to go to the winless Lions? Oh, that would be amazing. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't think Seattle does it. First of all, I don't think that they really need him.
They don't need him.
When you have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, a third receiver is not really what they need. That's not where he wants to go, by the way. Yeah. He wants to go somewhere where he gets a lot more targets than he would get. And he wants the ball. I mean, it really feels like he'd be happy almost going to Detroit and losing every game as long as they threw him the ball double-digit times.
How impressed with the Titans, Ross? They beat the Rams, no Derrick Henry, 5 straight wins, 5 sacks, 2 picks, the defense. The Titans keep winning.
I was so impressed by their D-line. The Rams have a pretty good offensive line. The Titans tore those dudes up last night. I mean, how about just the D tackle Jeffrey Simmons? 3 sacks, 6 quarterback pressures, 5 tackles in the first half. In the first half, Rick. I mean, unbelievable. That they are a dangerous team. It's actually, now I just look at it like it's a shame they won't have Derrick Henry. Maybe he'll be back by the playoffs. Who knows? But I'd like to see what they could do with him the rest of the year.
Yep. Ross, another serious subject. When it comes to Henry Ruggs, can you tell us the options a player has for transportation if he's had too much to drink and needs to get home?
So I know, Donnie, like 10, 15 years ago, they used to have this number you could call, but I don't even know if they have that anymore because it's so easy to just Uber. Like that was when I was playing. That was before Uber. But now with Uber, I don't even know if they feel like they have to have those services. But I mean, he was in Las Vegas. Every other car is a cab or an Uber. It's so sad. I mean, so many lives are ruined and or adversely affected forever because of this. You forget sometimes that these guys are 22.
Yeah.
And they make poor choices. Look, I'll be the first one to admit I did some things when I was 22, looking back on it, I think, gosh, that was pretty stupid to do. And I think we all did. But this one obviously is the most serious of consequences for the victim. And it looks like it's going to be for Henry as well.
Yeah. Back to that Titans game. Adrian Peterson gets a touchdown, 36 years old, his first game of the season. What was he like in his heyday, Ross?
Unbelievable. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that has truly been touched by God. To have gotten the ball as many times as he has, high school, college, NFL, to be that age and still be able to be in the NFL at all, the amount of punishment his body has taken. Some guys, I'm telling, and you could see this in Adrian, when he was a freshman at Oklahoma, he might have been the best freshman college football player I've ever seen. You know that you've been touched by God. I mean, he was the best. He could have won the Heisman as a true freshman, which reminds me, as soon as we're done talking, I need to look up Adrian Peterson's high school highlights because the year before he was playing against high school kids.
Wow. Yeah, scary. All right. That might have been a front page story from yesterday. You touched on this earlier. There's another front page story you'd like to talk about.
Well, so this is a company I'm involved with. It's the best holiday gift I've ever seen for a loved one, whether it's wife or your mom or whoever. Probably talking to a lot of males. Myfrontpagestory.com. You literally talk to a writer about whoever you want the gift for 10 minutes. They write unbelievable story. And the key is, and Rick, you should do this. The key is you get to give it to them and say, hey, I want to do something special for you. So I had a story written about you. They'll be like, what? You got a story written about? And then when they actually read it and they see the quotes about, I never tell her enough how much she will cry. MyFrontPageStory.com. I'm telling you now, because evidently Christmas shopping and stuff, every commercial you see now is already Black Friday. I mean, every year, 20 years from now, they will be having Christmas specials in July on TV and on radio.
Ross, excellent segment. You will be paid for this, but we have to take off the GST, just so you know. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even, as long you got to tell me what no, you don't. Basant pays my GST.
That's it.
Of course they do.
Right. Basant pays my GST.
Yeah, they do.
What a company. What a company. What a segment. Ross, thanks for this. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Hey, Rick, you made it through unscathed. Have a great Monday.
Thanks for not ripping me for once. Thanks. I really appreciate it.